What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have got a Chicago Bulls and San Antonio Spurs game reaction in which the Chicago Bulls seal the deal. Don't make it easy for themselves, do they? Another second half collapse that ended up coming their way. The Spurs took the lead early in the fourth quarter, but a late run by the Chicago Bulls ended up getting us the victory in the end. Now, there's a lot to like about this game, but again, we got to start focusing on the problems that the Bulls have had. And I think this problem has occurred for the last 4 or 5 games now. Why are we so bad in the second half of games? Let's dissect it a little bit more in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today, your player of the game, and everything in between. We won this game 122 to 116, as you can see on the screen there. What I liked about this game, pretty simply, 7 players were in double figures today. All of our starters in double figures. Io and Javon Carter also entered double figures off of the bench today. And Drummond was this close. He was 3 points away from getting into double figures as well. We could have had pretty much the entire lineup in double figures. It was that close, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, I just liked how good of a team effort it was. I liked how everybody kind of played a factor in the game. You may look at a guy like Zach LaVine, for example, only 10 points in the game, but 7 assists, 6 rebounds, did some good things in the fourth quarter, but did miss some shots in the end as well. Altogether, just a great, brilliant team display. However, all the positives that come our way, the same problems negatively are still present for the Chicago Bulls that we need to dissect. 2 games in a row now, we have seen the Bulls get absolutely dominated on the offensive glass and the second chance opportunities. We need to start figuring out why this is the case. You know, there was a couple of stretches for the Bulls this season where we were actually doing fairly well, rebounding-wise and offensive rebounding-wise as well. All of a sudden, our offensive rebounds have dropped dramatically, while other teams seem to get more second chance opportunities, more bench points as well. That's a big topic of discussion. San Antonio did end up having more bench points in the end, but that was mainly due to Johnson just going crazy in the second half and stuff of that nature. But even for the Warriors, they dominated the bench points. The Spurs dominated the bench points today. So again, a lot of problems there for the Bulls, but ultimately, again, we have a bad second half. We allowed the Spurs to come back in the game. No Victor Wembanyama, no Zach Collins, 2 centers right there that they didn't have, but they dominated the offensive glass and they ended up coming back in the game. You felt the atmosphere in that arena, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't just me. That Spurs stadium did not feel like a San Antonio Spurs stadium with a team that only has 7 wins on their season. They were hyped for their team and they brought their team back to life in the game. It was purely incredible energy in that arena, but thankfully the Bulls got it done in the end. I would love for the Bulls to make things a little bit more simple for themselves. I would love for the Bulls to not make things so hard to watch. I'd love for the Bulls to actually just have a straight all 4 quarter performance. And eventually we're going to need to see that because we're not going to be versing the San Antonio Spurs with no Victor Wembanyama every game. We're not going to be versing the Houston Rockets with no Victor Oladipo, no Tyree Eason, and no Dillon Brooks every single game. We're not going to be versing the Charlotte Hornets with no LaMelo Ball, no Gordon Hayward, no Mark Williams every single game. You're not going to see that every game. So when we start versing the teams that are competitive, that are healthy, it's about time we start seeing all 4 quarters of action being played. Even the Warriors, the game that we lost, it was the same problems the Bulls have been facing. So it's time to figure it out. We've got a couple days rest, hit the scoring board, go back to Chicago, and don't hit the scoring board, my bad. Go back to the drawing board, go back to Chicago, figure out why you can't seem to put in the effort on the offensive rebounding, why you can't make a valiant effort to rebound in committee. Figure those things out and try to bring that back into the next game against Cleveland, where if we get dominated by Cleveland, you can kiss it goodbye because that is the type of team that they are. They're going to dominate you. They're going to play bigger bully ball, and they're going to bully the Chicago Bulls. So we got to be better. It's as simple as that. There will be no excuse against Cleveland. You need to start delivering better performances there. But altogether, I can't complain about this result. The Bulls are not normally a good away team. I'll take the fact that we played a decent 122-point game away from home. I'll take getting a win away from home, and I'll take the Bulls getting a positive overall week compared to a negative overall week, because that was the difference in a win and a loss today. So I'll take all those things. Congratulations to Bulls in that regard. Congratulations on getting 7+ players in double figures. I mean, we've seen this a lot with this Bulls team recently, haven't we? So many guys getting more involved in games and getting more people at double figures. More people feel responsible in that game and really wanting to step up. It was a great sight to see. I mean, Ayo Dosunmu today, 21 points, barely missed any shots. Easily in contention for the player of the game today. I mean, what more could you want from a bench scorer than Ayo Dosunmu today? He was fantastic in transition, and I hope he is going to get better soon. He ended up falling on his shoulder, or he landed roughly on his shoulder, and I hope he could get better soon, because again, if Ayo could keep that, not 21 points level of consistency, but if he could start making his corner threes like he did today, I truly think we're a different team. You know, because Ayo is so valuable when it comes to ball handling, maybe pick and rolls, and, you know, defensive-wise. If he starts making those corner threes, that would be insane. I hope he could get it done. But, of course, even Javon Carter, a guy that we don't often like as Bulls fans these days because he's been struggling for the Chicago Bulls, delivered a great performance today. Again, Kobe White was solid. Vucevic was outstanding offensively. 24 points and 16 rebounds, I believe. In contention for player of the game for me. Made a big clutch shot. It got a big clutch rebound at the end of that game to seal the deal for the Chicago Bulls. DeMar DeRozan, again, another big problem in the fourth quarter. DeMar went ISO and hero ball again. He did. There's no denying that. But he also got a big assist at the end of the fourth quarter to get the win for us. So in the end, he made the right play. But there was a lot of plays before that where you could argue he didn't make the right play. So the same problems persist. Thankfully, though, the win is what we're going to take. Because we need to take every win we can get. There's no other way to describe it. It is as simple as that. So we'll move on from this one. We'll take the win. Fair play to the Spurs. We had some people that were Spurs fans in the watch-along. Again, fair play to the San Antonio Spurs. Look, that energy in that arena, you can't deny that. You can't deny how loud it was in that arena. You can't deny that the energy of the San Antonio Spurs brought them back in the game. And you can't deny they gave the Bulls a run for their money today. And this Bulls team, for the most part, was healthy. Only new guy that was out of this game was Patrick Williams. So, you know, we're fairly healthy. And they brought some big-time moments in this game. And they almost won it. So fair play to them. We'll move on. My player of the game is Nikola Vucevic. 24 points and 16 rebounds. Made some clutch shots. It's hard to ignore what Vuce did in this game. Ayo is the other guy I would be really heavily considering for this award. And congratulations to both of those guys for big-time games and big-time performances. But we must move on. Our next game is against the Cavs. Big game. Don't think anybody needs to say otherwise. We'll wait and see how it goes. A win against the Cavs would be massive because the Cavs are ahead of us in the Eastern Conference. We've already lost to the Cavs before, and we've got winnable games after that as well against Memphis and I believe against the Raptors. But the Raptors are looking good these days, so we'll wait and see how that fares for the Chicago Bulls. But some winnable games there, I would say. Let's hope we can get the job done and continue to advance our season. What do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video, which will probably be a Bulls Weekly video. Stay tuned for that. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.